We're all about BC's wild side today on The Express. I guess my green's not good enough.
I think he's going to give that girl a kiss.
On today's show,
anything that we can do to educate the public on conservation is why we're here.
Wildlife conservation efforts and giraffe slaughter at the Greater Vancouver Zoo.
All right, guys, camera's rolling.
Behind the scenes of Eric Solomon's latest video shoot.
It's exciting to see something that's in your head come to fruition.
Ashley Watson's designer recycled leather bags.
Two compartments. Yeah. This one also has two strap options.
So what we're going to work on today is helping you to get to ski in tighter areas.
Whistler Mountain's extremely Canadian ski clinic. See that and more local expression. Yes, you're seeing it correctly. Those are muskox. Welcome to The Express. I'm Johanna Ward. Today on the show, we're going to learn about wildlife conservation efforts here at the Greater Vancouver Zoo in Aldergrove. But up first, eco-creations from Vancouver designer Ashley Watson.
I mean, I'm definitely...
Designer Ashley Watson has her hands full these days. The popular Vancouver handbag designer has been busy getting her spring line ready and launching her online store.
To have this online site, one thing about my bags is you can't just photograph one. So I've set up a photo booth in my other room that I can photograph every single bag.
And she makes many styles, from small day bags and wallets all the way up to backpacks. They all start out as leather jackets you might find in the back of your parents' closets.
I get all my leather from thrift stores. We sort of travel all over Vancouver, mainly Value Village, and source leather from there. So a bag generally is one jacket. If it's a smaller bag, I'll have some left over and I'll be able to make a wallet.
Because of the details of her source material, each bag is unique.
I love pleats and whatever the pocket is.
Ashley, this is one of your big spring bags, or small spring bags, I guess.
Yes.
What can you tell me about this?
It's called the Flicker.
Yeah.
And it sort of has two compartments.
Right.
And it's little, which personally I've been into carrying little bags.
Little bags are good because you carry less stuff. But the huge one is useful for every day.
Yes, two sort of compartments.
Yeah.
This one also has two strap options. Like you can do it, you know, the shoulder strap, or you can do the other shoulder strap.
That's good. And if you really want to use your whole body, you've got the backpack. No matter which one you choose, buying a bag from Ashley Watson is an earth-friendly and fashionable choice.
We're just not creating more leather, like it's leather that already exists.
I'm Erin Shaw in Vancouver for The Express.
Ashley Watson recycled bags and wallets are sold around the world, including the store One of a Few in Vancouver. She also just opened her online store. That's ashleywatson.net. Now you're watching The Express, and today we're playing tourist at the Greater Vancouver Zoo in Aldergrove. But this just isn't a place for family fun. It's also a place for education, learning all about wildlife conservation.
Over 500 different animals and 140 species. And most of the animals here have either been born at the zoo or rescue situations, former pets.
It just moved. So gross. I admit all kinds of amphibians that I don't think are cute, but the Oregon spot frog actually is pretty cute.
Yeah, they're pretty nice looking, hey?
Tiny little ones, and they're on the endangered list.
Oh, big time, yeah. They're not doing so well in BC and all over the world, or all over their range. Out of 63 populations that once existed, only 31 are left.
Really? How come?
There's three good reasons why. These frogs are from shallow, warm wetlands, and those have been mostly used for development. They've been, used for agriculture, for housing, for businesses, stuff like that. So they really have nowhere left to live. The second reason is that there's a bad invasive species in BC, the American bullfrog.
It eats them?
It eats them, oh yeah.
Frogs eat frogs, I didn't know
Frogs
that.
eat frogs. Bullfrogs, if you've ever seen a bullfrog, they're massive and they've got a huge mouth. They can easily fit one of these guys in there.
Nasty.
And the third reason is water pollution.
Oh wow.
So
sounds like a lot of these reasons are human reasons, hey?
They're all
two
human
of the
reasons.
three, yeah.
3 of the 3 are.
3 of the 3.
Yeah, because we introduced the bullfrog here.
All right. you don't have very many Oregon spotted frogs here because you do a release program.
We do a release program here. Yeah, we've been doing it since 1999. This year we've released 150 so far.
Awesome. This guy looks like he wants to release himself. He's
yeah, he wants to go back home. He's a little sick of this plastic container.
Fair enough.
Zoos are real important. Lots of reasons. Just people like regular Joes can come and look at some animals that they wouldn't be able to see in the wild. There's also just the educational fact that we are able to go out and tell people that this fox here is least concern, so their population has diminished from their natural amounts.
So cute. It makes you totally think of dogs,
yeah,
right? And I guess
it's like a dog with a bone.
And how does the climate here then affect an animal that's used to being in the Arctic?
So for these guys were actually born in captivity, so they have been in the southern part of Canada for their entire lives, but they aren't naturally built for this environment. So we do lots of things here to help cool them off. For the muskox over there, one thing, I set up a sprinkler for them, so when they're too hot, they can come and stand and cool off. Things like these, the foxes and the wolves will actually make them little popsicles that they can come and lick and help cool themselves off with.
Cool, just like little kids.
Yep.
Except you don't want to maybe reach in with that popsicle.
No, definitely not.
Education and conservation are the two things that zoos and aquariums should be all focused on these days. So yeah, anything that we can do to educate the public on conservation and in turn would help the animals in the wild is why we're here.
Later on the show, we're going to hang out with the giraffes, who are a little bit friendlier than the muskox. And so, you know, the Greater Vancouver Zoo is one of over 25 attractions involved with Tourism Vancouver's Be a Tourist promo. So if you check their website daily, you can win free admission passes. Now up next on The Express, it's an all-access pass behind the scenes of a music video shoot and inside the heart and mind of artist Eric Solomon.
All right, ready? All right, ready? Let's go. Okay. All right, guys. Camera's rolling.
Vancouver is the backdrop to musician Eric Solomon's new music video, I Found Love.
This video is basically about an outcast.
No, you're not going in.
Someone who's different and who eventually who tries to fit in to the norm but doesn't. And at the end of the day, something happens and he gets acceptance. 13-hour shoot. It's exciting. It's exciting to see something that's in your head come to fruition.
This video is just one of the many things on Eric's plate right now.
I've put in so many countless hours, very hands-on, to get this thing happening because it was in my mind. And I'm really excited. I think it's going to be very fresh and very, very, very dope.
Fresh off his recent hit, ALL, Eric is a long way away from his upbringing in the Congo.
I was raised in the Congo. I had a kind of a Tom Sawyer jungle life upbringing, I would say. It was just a wonderful life, but one day there was a civil war that suddenly broke out, and I was evacuated on the last plane and the last seat that was leaving Kinshasa to Montreal. That's when I found music. Music was my solace. It was the only sense of home when my family wasn't around.
You guys are doing a wonderful job.
Love brought him to Vancouver in the first place. That love is no longer, but today he's driven by a dream.
I love what I do so much. It's all I want to do. What I love about it is the power that you feel from doing something that's a dream in your head and watching it come through, watching it come to existence. It's just so amazing.
You're our star, aren't you? The real star is Bo. He's the hero. Disco man.
Eric is opening for the Stereos on tour right now and says new artists need to use social media to get their music out.
And action.
Honestly, don't wait for anyone to do it for you. The tools that you have nowadays to make it happen are incredible.
I've been really swamped in the studio, working on 2 different projects.
The internet is just so accessible. It's at your feet, so you just have to actually get out there, create a good product, and get fans.
I'll be up on my MySpace pretty soon, so please check them out.
In Vancouver, I'm Melanie Panetta for The Express.
Eric is currently on tour with the Stereos, and they're in Hawaii right now. You can follow him on Twitter for show updates and stories from the road. As for us on The Express, well, we're playing tourist in BC.
after the break.
First 5 years, I spent the majority of my time hopelessly lost, hanging off trees, climbing down cliffs.
Extremely Canadian skiers in Whistler.
I went through all that so you don't have to.
You need a shower after.
I will definitely.
Yeah.
Giraffe laughs at the Greater Vancouver Zoo.
Sorry.
You're watching local TV on the Express.
Community programming on Shaw has been generously sponsored in part by...
The Express is brought to you in part by Plum, fashion supplier to host Johanna Ward.